in Abuja. Mr. Yerima Shettima, President Arawa Youth Consultative Forum, thank you for staying the course on the program. You had Professor Akiyemi there talking about the very critical role Mr. President played in the days of NADECO in the midst of the struggle for June 12 and to get democracy back on track. How significant would you say that is 31 years after, especially now that he's Mr. President?
Well, it's not new to us that we know he has always been behind most of these struggles for democracy in Nigeria. I remember vividly, apart from even the NADECO, we had in 2004, we had the parallel conference called PRONACO, Pro-National Conference, where the convener then was Chief Anthony Naoro, likes of Olusegun Inka, Haramson Kuti, and to an extent Gani Fawemi before he died. And some of us were all part of that struggle with some of our cadres and my colleagues. That conference, it was then during Obasanjo regime. I remember the role he played to ensure that that conference actually succeeded. He was one of the major financiers of that then struggle. He did a lot of things to ensure that that conference really held against that of third-term Obasanjo's national conference. We succeeded to an extent to produce a document called a Draft National Constitution at that time, which I was the youth director of that platform at that time. We were able also to get funding apart from the conference. Some of us have to go to diaspora also to carry our own brothers in diaspora in US and UK. I was one of the team that goes along with the likes of Anthony Nahoro and so many of them to ensure that that conference succeeded. And we came back in 2016. We presented the document out and unanimously people adopted it and so on and so forth. So for us, it's not new what he does to ensure that democracy actually stabilizes. He's one of the person that actually worked and some of us look up to and become who we are today. Without him, some of us wouldn't have gotten to where he is. So if you have somebody like Professor Bolaji Akiyemi talking, he is talking, look at the margin, how good he is and what he has done to them. Now how much more some of us who are even much younger cadres who also come up, and to an extent we can pinpoint to say this is what he has done to us to make us get to where we are today. So we have no doubt in our mind that this is just part of his life. He believes so much in democracy and he has done everything, he has paid his dues. So we're happy that one of us today is the president. And that's why often, despite the ups and downs, we still remain optimistic because we know what he has done, what he has stood for, and we believe strongly that the journey may appear to be very rough at the beginning, but we hope certainly it might be better.
Okay. So Senator Shehu,
and that's why it was difficult for us to quickly conclude that all may likely spell doom. We are still reserving our energy to be sure that something will be better.
Allow me to jump in, Mr. Shettima. We'll continue this conversation shortly, Senator.